The quadratic formula is a method of solving quadratic equations. If a quadratic equation is prime and you cannot factor it, you can always use the quadratic formula. In fact, any quadratic equation can be solved using the quadratic formula. The quadratic equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, as long as the a does not equal 0, has solutions that are given by x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, the whole thing divided by 2a. To put this in action, first write the equation in standard form. In other words, have everything over to one side and set it equal to 0. Identify your a, b, and c, where a is the coefficient of the x squared term, b is the coefficient of the x term, and c is the constant. Substitute those values into the quadratic formula. Simplify the expression, carefully following the order of operations, and always check to verify your solutions. Given 2x squared plus 8x plus 90, this equation is not in standard form, so we need to get everything over to one side so that we're left with just a 0 on the right. Subtract 8x and subtract 90. This gives us an a of 2, b of negative 8, and c of negative 90. The quadratic formula, which is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c, the whole thing divided by 2a, we're going to substitute in our given values. So first we have the negative sign from the formula, and then the value of b is negative 8, so a double negative, plus or minus negative 8 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 90, and the whole thing divided by 2 times 2. 8 plus or minus the square root of 64 plus 720 divided by 4. The 8 comes from canceling those double negatives. Then the 64 comes from negative 8 squared. And the positive 720 comes from a negative 4 times 2 is negative 8, and negative 8 times negative 90 is a positive 720. And of course, 2 times 2 is 4. Not quite done. Still some simplifying to do. 64 plus 720 is 784. Use your calculator on this one. The 784 is a perfect square. Square root of 784 is 28. So we have 8 plus or minus 28 divided by 4, which can be pulled apart. So we have 8 plus 28 divided by 4, and 8 minus 28 divided by 4. 8 plus 28 is 36, divided by 4 is 9. 8 minus 28 is negative 20, divided by 4 is a negative 5. So our solutions are 9 and negative 5. Plug both back into the problem to make sure we're correct. Left-hand side is 162, right-hand side is 162. Now we plug in the negative 5, and we get 50 equals 50, and our solution set is confirmed as negative 5 and 9.